Hello everyone, my name is John Perez of service-push.com, and today we're going to talk to you about traditional versus social CRM strategies. And we're going to talk through the differences. And this is a one-slide summary really inspired by a gentleman by the name of Brent Leary, who wrote an excellent article that you can see here below called Traditional versus Social CRM. And what this actually expands upon are specific examples of the social versus traditional CRM strategies being utilized in the past and what the approach is we need to take today. So when you look at the first box here, which is our prospecting box, when you look at prospecting activities in a traditional CRM system, okay, you talk cold calling, you talk buying lists. Those are some traditional prospecting activities. In a social environment, what you're really doing here is you're connecting with these leads through social networks. You're out there monitoring social conversations to find out who's actually interested in your product or service, and then you're engaging upon a conversation with them. As a result, it results in warmer calling, not a cold call. Okay, some cold calls can be very ineffective. You get a list of a person who is a director of HR who's no longer a director of HR at that company. So keeping up with a social profile is going to be extremely relevant to your ability to sell to potential customers. Okay, so that is prospecting. Again, just to summarize that is basically cold calling versus warmer calling, buying list. And instead of buying, you're connecting through social networks and monitoring social conversations. Okay, so let's take another area of traditional CRM and let's talk customer data. Okay, traditional CRM systems have everything from the name, address of the customer, the phone number of the customer, email address, and of course the product or service in which they've purchased for your business. Great, useful information, still is relevant in today's business and today's CRM strategy. However, social CRM really introduces new attributes into the customer record, and that is data like the Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter profile, and their interests, their hobbies, their blogs, any status updates relevant to any of these social networks. The relevance of that is to really have some real-time access to their social and business interests in a real-time forum. And at the same time, you have the ability to connect with them, to have warmer calls, and capturing this information is going to be critical because it's going to be interesting to see over the next year how many sales or how many deals are actually closed when salespeople took the social approach versus the traditional approach. So again, summarizing customer data, traditional information is still relevant in today's business, but we're seeing a shift right now where people are now incorporating Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter information with respect to their customers, also hobbies, interests, things that you potentially find on the traditional social networks are equally as important in your CRM system than the traditional. Okay, so that was customer data. And then, of course, we can't talk about traditional CRM systems without business processes. A lot of our CRM systems today are really helping to spearhead and automate some of the email marketing activities and customer support activities, and it incorporates workflows so that things are automated, triggered to your different departments, and you can manage your business more effectively from an operational perspective. So when you talk traditional CRM, you talk email marketing, customer support processes, finance and billing processes, but when you move that over into a social environment, you're really looking at it in a different light. Okay, you know, when you're talking about email marketing campaigns, really what you're talking about here now on the social side of things is really communicating via social networks and having visibility into those groups or networks of people who are experts in a particular field that are pretty much talking about a product, a service, or a particular industry in which you're in. So it's going to be equally important to kind of really monitor what's going on in the social networks across your customer base as it relates to business processes and email marketing campaigns. So you're not email marketing anymore. You're really, socially engaging in customer groups and forums in a social environment. You talk customer support. Many companies today would log their tickets in their traditional CRM system. But we're really seeing now a big shift where Twitter is now being used for customer support. Customers are talking about your brand. Customers are really complaining about your brand, or they're advocating for it. In those cases, you want to incorporate your service and support agents to actually get involved in the conversation. So many companies are shifting towards utilizing Twitter to monitor conversations and use it as a tool for customer support. Lots of products out there in which we'll review. Tweet CRM is another one of those where you can support your customer. The other thing is, when you talk about workflow, alerts, and efficiencies, you're really talking about when things are happening in the social sphere. You essentially want to be monitored and updated of that. So you're going to monitor conversations. You're going to monitor keywords. And based on those keywords, your sales reps and support reps are going to be alerted based on those social activities in your CRM system. And from that, they will have an actionable conversation through those social networks. So it's no longer about assigning a ticket to a support rep or second level or third level support rep, or automating the process of email marketing. It is now about monitoring conversations of your existing and potential customers and automating your CRM workflow such that it integrates those monitored conversations into the CRM processes. Okay, so that was business processes, whether it was email marketing or customer support. We talked about traditional versus social. A good CRM strategy will require a mix of both, and you're actually starting to see a lot of buzz on the social side. So stay tuned for our next couple of weeks. We will have more examples of traditional versus social CRM.